Hey guys, Jesse Nicholas here, Real Estate Pro, helping you buy, protect, and sell your home. Today we're going to talk some numbers. Specifically, the numbers we're going to talk about are how much it costs a buyer or a seller to use an agent. And the reason I'm talking about this today is because it seems like someone's or the clients are always trying to negotiate an agent's price. So let's just talk a little bit about that. First of all, as a buyer, you get off really well here. You pay an agent zero, nothing, nada, which is awesome. This is because the seller, they're going to pay the bulk, not the bulk, they're going to pay both agents commissions here during the transaction. Now, the commission that a seller agent asks for can vary, actually, but typically it's anywhere around 6%. You'll have to forgive my handwriting here because it is terrible. But that can go up or down. I've seen agents go asking for as much as 7%. I've seen agents going under 6%. I'd be a little cautious of those agents that go under 6%. I can go into another video why why that is or why I think that way. Let me know in the comments below if you want to know what my reasoning is behind that. So moving on. A very typical commission asking price is 6%. Now, because I'm terrible at math, let's just make this really simple, okay, for both of us. So if the house sells for $100,000 and the agent's commission is 6%, they would get $6,000, right? No. What's going to happen is that commission is going to be split amongst the buyer and the seller agent. The buyer typically gets 3%. That can change a little bit depending on the situation of the transaction, but usually it's 3% and the seller gets the rest. So if the seller were getting 7%, the buyer would get 3% and the seller would get 4%. In this scenario, keeping it easy, it's going to be buyer 3% and seller 3% as well. So the buyer is going to get 3%, or in this case, $3,000. And that seller is also going to get 3%, which is also $3,000. But we're not done. That agent still isn't getting $3,000 per agent. Between these two agents, they're also going to split it amongst their broker. Splits between an agent and a broker can be different. Typically, say an agent starting out, they're getting about 50% to the broker, 50% to the agent. So let's just go with that. Again, simple math here. So now that 6% has gone down to 3.5% to 3%. Now it's going to 1.5% to the agent, which is $1,500. The other part is going to the broker, which is also 1.5%, which is $1,500. The same thing is going to happen on the other side because the math is exactly the same here. So again, broker 1.5%, which is $200, and the agent is also getting 1.5%, which is $1,500. And you want to get even deeper, this can go even more. Let's say, for example, that the selling side were actually two agents involved in the transaction, and they were splitting everything 50-50. And this again would be brought down to 0.75% per agent. So it can go even further than that if there are other agents involved. But in this case, we're just keeping it simple. There's only the one agent, or the two agents involved in the transaction. So out of that 6%, $6,000, that selling agent is only getting $1,500. This is not me trying to convince you to not negotiate with an agent. This is your money. This is what you deem their value is worth, and what they deem their value is worth as well when you're negotiating that. All this is meant to do is to just kind of give you more information about where that real estate agent that you're negotiating with is coming from. So when you're negotiating with an agent and you think they're being greedy because they're not giving up a small portion of their $6,000, it's not because they're being greedy. It's because they're fighting like hell to keep their $1,500. They don't have nearly as much wiggle room as you think they might when asking for 6% of a transaction. Again, this isn't meant to persuade clients and persuade people to just give in to what the agent says or to feel sorry for them, to feel bad for them. It's just to give you more information about where they're coming from. My hope is that you found this information useful, and if you know someone else who could use this information, please share the video. Dropping a like really helps me out as well. If you're new here, please consider subscribing for future videos. And don't forget to leave comments down below. I'd love to talk to you about this and what your thoughts are on this. My name is Jesse Nicholas, Real Estate Pro, helping you buy, protect, and sell your home. I'll see you on the next one. say, for example, that if you found this video, my hope is that you found this video. My hope is that you found this video. My goodness. My hope is that you found this video.